Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make a maxi skirt for a little girl. Now these measurements I'm going to show you how to create for your pattern are the same techniques you can use if you want to make this maxi skirt for yourself or another adult. So let's get started. So what we're working with, I have my paper here held down by my Clorox wipes in my little bowl here, but basically I'm using to make my pattern. I get this from the Dollar Tree. It is the packaging paper that you use when you're sending boxes and things like that off, and you have to use the state or the government requested or required paper. And basically that's what this is. You can use old newspapers or like construction paper. That I have a big roll of that also, that paper that you use, that schools use. Anyway, you can find anything to make a paper bag if you want to. So let's get started with the measurements. First, you're going to need the waist measurement, the hip measurement, and how long you want the skirt. Now I have already created my main line here, and this is basically the line, the length of your skirt. And because I'm making this for my daughter, I'm just making hers 23 inches long. It is summertime, so I don't want this super long for her right now, but this is going to be pretty long anyway for her. What you're going to do for your waistline, you got to do a little bit of math here. Here's where all that math came in that you did for school. So you're going to take the waist measurement. You're going to add 1, divide by 4. So let's say the waist measurement for your child is 23. You're going to add 1, which makes it 24. You're going to divide that by 4, and that makes it 6. So that is exactly what my daughter's is. We have that here. For the hip measurement, I actually went down 6 inches, measured here on this line. As you can see, I have my little dots and things right there to show where I went down. So that's 6 inches down from her waist. I went across. Now her hip measurement is 27, or that is actually the estimated measurement. She is asleep right now and I don't have her updated measurements, and actually this is going to be a little bit larger than what she is, but she can always grow into it. She's really tall and skinny, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be maybe an inch larger than what she is right now. So for her waist, for her hips, it's 27, the measurement. You're going to add 1, which makes that 28, and you're going to divide that by 4, which makes that 7. So I made that little dot there. Now for the hemline, you're just going to go 2 inches more than your hip line, which is 9. So now that we have those measurements, and if you're confused about anything that I said, just ask me, because I know sometimes I could go really fast when I'm talking about certain things. So you can just ask me anything that you're confused on, and I will be happy to answer those questions for you. So now that we have those measurements, we are going to draw a line to make the pattern for our skirt. And this is kind of like a little diagonal, or what basically is a A-line skirt. If you want these to be right, where's my dot? Okay. Make it bigger because I can't see. Don't have my glasses on. And I'm just doing this because I want a straighter line. Okay, so now that you have that, we are going to make the waistband for this skirt. So let's go ahead and cut this out. I can't find my other scissors, guys, and I hate the fact that I'm using my sewing scissors for this. Just a mess. I haven't been down here for a really long time, guys. I know we kind of connect a lot, but I really haven't been down here. So much going on. The great thing about purchasing this from the Dollar Tree is when you're making your own clothes, and just like me, you guys know that I have gained a significant amount of weight over the last 6 years. But the great thing about this is as I go up, as I go down, I can always resize my patterns and just create new ones using this paper that I got from Dollar Tree for $1, obviously. So let's make the waistband. Enough about my weight problems. Okay, I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to slide this up so I can have a more even part. So what you're going to do now basically is create your straight line just like you did before, and this straight line is actually going to be 6 inches. So let's start off doing that with just the measurement first. So you're going to have 6 inches, and I like to create a dot just to start me off. So that's your 6 inches. Now what is your measurement going to be across? That's going to be half the size of your waist. So like I said, her waist is 23, so it will be half that size. If yours is like 24, if you want to do even numbers and not have to worry about the math, then go ahead and do that. And then, you know, it's going to be 6 inches. So it's going to be half the waist size across, and then what am I trying to say? The length of it is 6 inches. So the width, half the waist, the length is 6 inches. So go ahead and create that. And all of these that you have for your patterns, you're going to cut on the fold. So you'll have one big waist piece, and then you're going to have 2 pieces for your skirt, front and back. Okay, so let's get started. Okay guys, so here is, okay, yeah, this is great. Here is our fabric we have here, and what we're going to do, I don't want my skirt to just be straight up and down or sideways. So what I'm going to do is delicately fold this over because I want my stripes to go diagonally. So I'm not going to use too much of it because I still have to cut 2 pieces of this, but I'm just folding this over right now so I can cut the first piece. And this will give us that diagonal look of our skirt. Now of course, if you're doing this for yourself, you're going to need much more fabric. This is just 1 yard, and I knew I would be able to get her a skirt out of 1 yard of fabric. So the way you check to see if it is enough, you just put your pattern piece down, and I do actually have enough to get started cutting. And yes, we are cutting on the fold. So you're just going to cut out your fabric. And it's going to be a little tricky for me because I am right-handed. So I'm going to come around and cut. So now we're just going to cut it out. And you can pin it if you want, if that makes it easier for you. You can go ahead and pin yours. I'm not. I'm just holding it down with my jar here. And this other thing. Alright, so here's your piece. This is what it's going to look like once you have it. See? And it's kind of diagonal. There we go. So tiny. She's so tiny. Okay, so go ahead and cut out your other piece, and then we'll cut out the waistband. Okay, so now that we have cut out our 2 pieces of our skirt, we're going to go ahead and cut out our waistband. And my fabric is on the fold, and you're just going to cut this rectangle out so you have your waistband. And because I'm right-handed, I have to do this the right-handed way. If you're left-handed, I do apologize because everything I do is for the right-handed people. So yeah, isn't it funny how now you realize when you're sewing why all that math was important in geometry? Rectangles, your squares, diagonal, horizontal, vertical, all that comes into play. as an adult. Okay, so let's just flip this around. And if I didn't say it already, this is on the fold, and this is about the only thing that's going to be where the lines are going to be up and down. And don't judge me. Yes, I still, at this age, get horizontal and vertical mixed up, which is why I say up and down. So, if you want to talk junk, go ahead, but I'm not the only one out there that does it, so hey, I'm only human. Okay, so now that we have this all together, make sure that you have whatever color thread you're going to use into your sewing machine. I have a neutral color in there right now, so it's fine for me. And I'm going to save this leftover piece to maybe make a headband with, or save for leg warmers or something like that. I don't know. But here is what your waistband will look like. And as you all know, I cut all my fabric on the fold. And it's a little lopsided, but that's okay. I can fix all of that once I start sewing. But you're going to roll this down anyway once you start sewing, and our waistband is going to look like that, but it's actually going to be on the right side because I folded this on the wrong side. So let's get started with putting our skirt together first, and then we're going to go ahead and add our waistband. Okay guys, so now that we have our two pieces, as you can see, I went ahead and pinned mine together, and I also pinned my waistband together. Now everything is on the wrong side of the fabric right now, so what we're going to do is go ahead and get started sewing. Because we are working with a stretch knit, I am using a zigzag stitch. You can use another finishing stitch or any stitch that goes with stretch fabric. All you have to do is look in your manual and it will tell you. Now you can go ahead and use my little tricks that I showed you before when sewing with like knit fabric or stretchy fabric or any kind of slippery fabric. You can go ahead and place that tissue paper down and sew that along with it, or you can put that tape underneath your foot. So we're just going to sew our two sides together at this point. And I think I stated I'm using a zigzag stitch. So you're still going to backstitch. I'm still trying to get used to this giant sewing machine. Still going to backstitch when you get started, just to secure your stitches. No pulling, just let it flow through that sewing machine. You don't want to pull because you don't want that curled looking edge on your fabric. So I just want to warn you that my kids are awake, so you may hear noise in the background. So we have our skirt all together now. Both sides are sewn together, and I did go ahead and sew my bottom hem, and I just used a zigzag stitch all the way around, and I folded in about a ½ inch. Daughter's washing the dishes, so don't mind the water running. And I'm warning you ahead of time so don't complain about the noise. And I'm pretty sure your kids are out for the summer as well. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and sew our waistband. This is still folded on the wrong side of the fabric, and we're just going to sew that unfinished edge here. We're going to stick with the zigzag stitch. I just like to put my needle down because with this new sewing machine, every time I get started, the thread always comes out. So I just put my needle out first. Don't forget to backstitch. Okay. And again, you're not going to pull this fabric because if you pull it through, it's going to give you that rolled looking edge. Yeah, that's what I mean. Just kind of guiding it. I'm just going to guide it through. And backstitch. Alright, so now that you have that done, we are going to go ahead and fold this. So this is what your little waistband should look like right now. Okay, so now that you have it, let's fold it over on the right side. And the edges will curl up a little bit, but if you're anything like me, just go ahead and unfold them. this is really, really cute. She's gonna love it, and she hasn't gotten dressed yet today, so she could probably wear it today. Okay guys, so now that we have finished rolling this over, sorry I had to take a important phone call. So this is what it looks like, kind of like a headband right now, but your rough edges are up here at the top, and as you can see, the folded area is on the bottom. So what you're going to do is take this, and you have your skirt on the right side of the fabric right now. What you're going to do is take your waistband and match up your rough edges with your skirt. And just stick that in. This could be a little tricky as well. If it's easier for you to pin your rough edges for your waistband just to keep it in place, then go ahead and do that. But for me, I'm not going to worry about it right now. So try to get that seam here towards the back as much as possible. And this, like I said, is a little tricky, but what works for me is I pin my side pieces together first, and then I go ahead and pin the rest. It just works out easier for me, and that way I can, you know, fan it out and kind of make sure it's even. And I'll show you what I'm talking about once I have it pinned. See, so now that I have my sides pinned together, what I like to do is go ahead and straighten it out to make sure everything is in the right place. See? And then I'll go ahead and pin the back. So now that we have our waistband pinned to our skirt, we are going to keep that same stitch and just sew all the way around to put it together. So I'm actually just going to top stitch this, starting with my back seam. It's just where I want to start. It's not like you have to do that. It's just how I'm going to start it. And it is so loud today, guys. I'm so sorry for all the noise. Okay guys, so we are going to just go ahead and do a quick zigzag stitch all the way around. Back stitch. Don't forget to take your pins out as you go, and don't pull your fabric, just guide it through. And you can use the same concept, like I said, with the tape under your foot, or using the tissue paper to slide it through to make it a lot easier. Back stitch. Okay. And just go ahead and cut off those hanging threads. I'm a little obsessive about that. And you are all done with this skirt. Easy project, something you can do. You don't have something to wear one day and you just want to wear a skirt. This is what our finished product looks like. Really cute. Like I said, she is going to love it. It may be a little bit big for her waist, but that's okay. I would rather her grow into it than for me to make it too small and then I have to go back and do it all over again. So this is what our maxi skirt looks like, and like I said, the same way we made the pattern for our little girl skirt, you can do that same thing to make the pattern for an adult skirt as well. One little tip I will give you, and I'm going to show you why I'm going to say this right now. If you look at my front diagonals and you look at my back, they're going in opposite directions. If you don't really care about that, that's fine. But one thing you can do, like I showed you when we cut the fabric, what you can do is take that same piece that you cut and just lay that over your fabric when it's flat. It could be open at this point or you can close it, but you would just take this piece, open it up, match the lines up, wrong sides facing, and just cut it that way. That way when you put it together, both of your diagonal lines are going the same way in the front and the back. If that matters to you. If it doesn't, then you can go ahead and just cut two pieces the way I showed you. So if you have any questions, guys, about the way we made the pattern or any questions about putting the skirt together, go ahead and ask me. One other little tip, if you want your edges here on the inside to be a little bit more finished, then go ahead and use like an overcasting stitch or your serger if you have one. I don't have a serger, but with knit fabrics, like I tell you all the time, you really don't have to finish the edges off of them because they don't fray. And I love working with knits for that reason, because it can be a real headache working with fabrics that fray, like with the satins and the silks and some of the cotton fabrics that you work with. But if you use my tips, you will have a perfect little skirt for you or your daughter, or you can make matching skirts and take the excess fabric that you have, make headbands out of them, do anything. If there's something you want to see me make, go ahead and ask me. If you have any questions about any of my other videos, go ahead and ask me. If there's something you want to see coming up as far as like a subscription, you have something you want to ask me about a product, you want to know if I tried or anything like that, you can go ahead and ask me. Any questions you have about fabric, or where I purchased my fabric from, or my, anything. Soon I will be showing you how to organize your sewing room, because mine looks like crap right now. So we will be going through that. I have purchased a few things and I ordered a few things to help me get better organized in here, because since I moved down here, I've accumulated so much more things, and it's just out of control with the organization. But that's neither here nor there. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of what's to come, go ahead and subscribe. You can follow me on social media. All of that is in the description, like I said before. And this will probably be the last time I say it, because by now you guys should already know I am not doing daily vlogs on my family channel right now. That is just on hold. I will be doing vlogs on this channel. I don't know when, but I will be adding that to this channel. As of right now, I'm doing videos twice a week, as often as I can when I can. Like I tell you all the times, I deal with serious health issues, so you may not get 2 videos a week. I try to plan ahead. Doesn't always work like that, especially when you have a large family. But I just want to also thank all of you that watch my channel. You are some of the best viewers out there. You don't criticize. I've had maybe 2 or 3 incidences where I've had vulgar things said to me privately through emails, and then I did delete one negative comment, because I feel that I'm sharing my knowledge to you. If there's something that you feel that I'm doing wrong, or if there's something you want to tell me on how to do it another way, there's a better way to say it. And if I feel like I'm being attacked, or if I feel like you're trying to negate what I'm saying or what I'm teaching, I'll probably delete it, because I want more positive feedback, and I want more positive criticism, I guess to say. Positive criticism is what I like. And sometimes I get negative things, but it's okay. I put myself out here for people, and no one's gonna like everything that I do, and that's fine. And I know this video is becoming super long now. You guys know I ramble a lot, but like I said, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of what's to come, go ahead and subscribe. All my social media is in the description, along with some links to a few other things that you may find interesting in there as well. And I will see all of you next time, guys. Bye!